to the Louie Belina Show Friday. The Louie Belina Show presented by CC Electric. We start with a PSA, programming service announcement. There is no barbecue pit master Bryce Jones today, this Friday. Now, normally, Bryce and I hang out and we go over a whole lot of Maroon and White and Astros and more, noon till 1 the entire lunch hour. That's normal on a Friday. But Bryce, I actually forget what the heck came up. I just know he texted me and said, dude, sorry. Oh my, gonna blah. You know, you lose track after a while. But I can tell you, programming, service announcement. Nope, not happening. No Bryce Jones on a Friday. A moment of silence of no barbecue Friday. Okay, thank you. Here is what is going to happen today between now and 1 o'clock on the Louie Belina Show here on The Zone. 11:30. A listen-in. A&M baseball head coach Michael Earley. Yesterday, he met with the media. And man, he went over everything and anything. And if you want to get ready for opening day, tonight, 6 o'clock, Bluebell Olsen, Tennessee Tech. Shane Sadeo taking the ball. First time he's going to pitch since June of 2024. If you want to get ready, this is your listen-in. Again, Early met with the media for a good chunk of time. We'll listen in together 11:30. At 11:55, high school sports update, thanks to Kelly Burke-Dozer, every Friday, every Monday. 11:55, it's thanks to Kelly Burke-Dozer. At 12:35, the title contender series rolls on. It's our listen in. Greg McElroy, Always College Football Podcast. He is breaking down some X's, O's, some analysis of the teams he thinks can win the national championship. And it was just a week ago today. He's high on Texas A&M. We did our listen-in for Texas A&M. But today at 12:35, Miami, the Hurricanes, they're still in the title hunt. That's 12:35. To some, to many, the most important part, storyline of the Louie Belina Show on a Friday. This is your last chance. The final hour, 57 minutes, that you can register to win a pair of tickets to the Troubadour Festival. All last week, every day this week, I've been registering people. How does this happen? You text me. That's all you have to do. Participation is always rewarded on the Louie Belina Show. You text me your questions. Hey, Lou, why are you an idiot? You text me your comments. Lou, you're an idiot. And you're registered. Participation is rewarded. Every day, I picked one person, kind of like, you made it to the final list. And then today, probably sometime about 3 o'clock, to be honest with you, I will draw from the lucky 10. That person, bam, free tickets to the Troubadour Festival. The Troubadour is March 28th. It's in Midtown Park in Bryan. We got a new date. Oh, it's going to be so much cooler. New location, more room for everybody. 30 of the finest, best barbecue joints in Texas will make their way to Midtown Park on March 28th. And you can check out all the barbecue joints. They got photos, and you can check out their stories at troubadourfestival.com. Once it gets a little bit later in the evening, the musical festivities begin, headlined by Fightin' Texas Aggie, Robert O'Keefe, Flatland Cavalry, and more. And you can check out all the musical acts at troubadourfestival.com. Maybe, just maybe, you can't wait to win the tickets. You want to go VIP, yo? You can buy your tickets at troubadourfestival.com. You just want to check it all out, go to troubadourfestival.com. Text me. Light up the Texas Mobile and Lube Express inbox at 979-693-1150. 979-693-1150. Today's the final day. Give yourself a chance. You're saying there's a chance? I'm saying there's a chance. 979-693-1150. Text now. We're going to open our day together. Of course, Maroon and White notebook. That's the norm. But Aggie Baseball. And if you want to share, this is probably your best opportunity. Are you an Aggie Baseball fan? Hardcore, average, casual? What's your Aggie Baseball story? I'll share mine. Aggie Baseball, my first love at Texas A&M. My freshman year, 87, 88. And, of course, I was hooked on Aggie football. I've got about 7.8 million stories from fall 87, my first Aggie football season. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Loved it. Lifelong fan. But Aggie baseball, everything spoke. I think I went to every home game but 3. I failed Chemistry 101 because 1 o'clock, and this is the old school baseball where they had the double headers at like 1, and then the other game was following. There were 2 7-inning games. And the chemistry class was at 12. Baseball was at 1. And I didn't have a choice. I was going to go to baseball on Tuesdays, not chemistry. And I wasn't smart as a freshman. And some will say I'm not smart in 2026 either. Just smart was not a word that got associated to my life. So I didn't know about dropping classes, or I would have just dropped the chemistry class. Instead, I tried to see how I would do by only going to Thursdays, not Tuesdays. And the answer is not well. So I was not a distinguished academic career at Texas A&M. Oh, no, I was not. No one confused me for Norman Einstein. Not one time during my academic 8-9 years at Texas A&M. I thought it was more fun to go out drinking. I thought it was more fun to play poker. I thought it was more fun to go to Aggie baseball. But Aggie baseball, the Raggies, D.D. Grubbs, I loved being out at the ballpark with my friends, hanging out, trying to bet the over-under on how many people Jeff Granger was going to strike out, and the loser was buying beer. That was fun in my sports. I was always doomed to do something in the world of sports, because that was my definition of greatness, fun, and life. Hanging out at friends, at the park, loser buying beer. That's what we did. Aggie baseball became like the obsession. Always said like football is the fire and baseball is the soul. That's me as a sports fan, basically. And Aggie baseball, I took a couple of decades to heal and recover from 1989. LSU, Liscanic. I have history with Aggie baseball. It's my love. I love turning on the TV now that we have the ESPN Plus. You can give me a Saturday. And some days, and I think we all have them, kind of just, I don't know, need a you moment. And I can just watch Aggie baseball on the couch. Maybe with a pizza. Maybe tell the rest of the world to screw off and just be happy. I spent so many days out at, well, it wasn't Bluebell back in the day. I think we just called it Olsen Field. So many smiles, so much happy. So Aggie baseball will forever be a part of my sports soul, my sports happiness. Even with all the pain, I don't call it boss. Aggie baseball has never been like a top 10 program. It's just been a program of promise. And since they've never broken through, I can't feel bossed. Last year's boss, Aggie baseball. See, I say that, and the first thing that pops up is one of the greatest moments in the history of Aggie boss is Aggie baseball last year. But let's bury that, move forward to this year. And I've got memories of sitting up there as a student. And then, my head is racing to all the different places I've been to, sat. I've spent entire weekends, just all 3 games out on the railroad tracks. And I know different designs, different decades of Olsen Field, and the greatest moments just being out there. Yes, I was at the Bye-Bye Byington games and Livingstones, and I just, very lucky person in my sports life. Very, very blessed. And Aggie baseball, dead center of almost all of it. So, if you want, we could celebrate opening day. Are you? Where are you? What's your Aggie base? Opening day is nostalgic for me. Aggie baseball gets that double whammy because who am I as an Aggie sports fan? Aggie baseball is at the center. Opening day of baseball, I'm one of those who starts hearing James Earl Jones's voice in the back of his head, even though it's Aggie baseball, doesn't matter. I remember watching this game, third base, top deck, student section for 10 years. Out on the tracks, right field, tracks left field. There are no tracks in left field. I know. I'm just saying outside the outfield walls, but this group of friends I had for these 6 years, that other group of friends, I've just been around a while. And all of it brings smiles to my face. And that's what baseball is, especially because you go out to baseball, whether it's A&M or you go watch the Astros. If you go watch the Rangers, that's on you. Don't blame me. That's not my fault. And baseball is the sport that you go with 1, 3, 4 is enough for me. After that, it starts turning into a crowd and not a group. And baseball is a 3. And then if you count the drive maybe, or you go early, that kind of thing, 3 to 4 hours. And you do something the world doesn't do anymore, and that's hang out. The group of people I hang out with, we all don't sit together and then stare at our phones for 4 hours. We actually interact with each other. I know. Man, that's so OG old school. Yet we do that. And baseball, make cracking wise, telling jokes, that's part of what I love baseball for. So it's opening day. It's opening weekend. Aggie baseball. If you've got your fondest Aggie baseball memory, Olsen Field loves you too. You could text them to me, but that's my dude. I love Aggie baseball. I love baseball, period. Yes, football's the fire. Baseball's the soul. That's how those two sports work for me. Football's the fire. Football's, bring the boom. But baseball, a friend, up to 3 friends, 3 to 4 hours. Maybe some nachos, beers, hot dogs. Stories are going to be told. Friends get to catch up. Memories get to be made. Lives are shared. I love baseball. That's it. But Aggie baseball especially. When you got Olsen Field, Bluebell Olsen, packed, and the crowd is rocking, it's equal to the 110,000 at Kyle Field. It brings the same intensity of fandom. It does. I know. One will not be 110, but that same intensity. You as the fan in that moment, I think, feel the same universe. It's incredible. So, yeah, it's opening day. Huzzah. 979-693-1150. 979-693-1150. Opening day, we know the weekend rotation, and when we have our listen in about 15, 16 minutes, Michael Earley met with the media. He'll share it, but Shane Sadeo goes tonight, the lefty. And again, I saw first time he will be pitching since June of 2024, June 9th. He was out the entirety of 2025. That's like 614 days. I believe it'll be in total. So excited for him. Saturday, Weston Moss will go righty, and then Aiden Sims takes the ball on Sunday. That is your weekend rotation. Another element you'll hear in person, but Gavin Grahovic at first base, but we also kind of knew that too. But it's confirmed. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. I need to grab a timeout. We're just getting started. God bless America and God bless Aggie baseball, I say. This is the Louie Belina Show. Inside the Charles Schwab studio, I am on the Zone.
You can hear Aggie Baseball online at RadioAggieland.com. RadioAggieland.com.
Okay, I could, but I can't. But I could. Can I? I could. The Louie Belina Show, Friday. 10 minutes away, a listen in Michael Earley. And man, he has a lot to say. It's epic. It is awesome. And then 12:35, another listen in. And we're getting towards the end. Last week, we'll wrap up the title contender series. Greg McElroy, his Always College Football podcast. Today at 12:35, Miami, the Hurricanes. We're in the maroon and white notebook. Kind of started off just, if you want to share Aggie Baseball, your memory, your love, what it means to you, you could text me. I shared mine, and it's just a part of my sports soul. It was my first love in the Aggie athletics universe. Don't get me wrong. Football is the fire. Baseball is the soul. But Aggie Baseball, the time, the games, the memories, the friends. I love baseball, 1 to 3 friends, the time and catching up and the social and the raggies and all of it. Everything. Have some text messages. I do want to share a couple with you if that's cool for a minute here. But Dale and Tabor, well, that's not Aggie Baseball. I'll come back to it, Dale. I promise you, though. Preston, Kent's homer versus Oregon was the most electric I've ever seen Olsen. The alley was rocking that night. The Texas doubleheader, bye-bye Byington. And there's been many electric over the years. This is where the many years and beers catch up with me. It was A&M Clemson. I think it was a super. And I was with Tim Schnettler, who was working for the Eagle. And the home runs in the 8th and 9th in that rally. And it just got insane. Like that's one of those where the place was shaking. I couldn't hear a thing. And that was like, you know, Olsen, here's the beauty of your statement. Kent's homer was the most electric. I think Olsen over the years has had 10 to 20 of the most electric moments ever. That's why Olsen Field has magic. There's been more than one of the most electric moments ever. Because Olsen, that's what I said. That's one part of the power of how when Olsen is packed, you can get a moment that equals the 110,000 at Aggie football from the 8,000, 9,000, 7,500 at Olsen. You can get that equivalency of electricity and power and awesomeness. Because I think that Olsen Field has had more than one of the most electric moments ever at Olsen. But the Clemson, and again, that's where the years and beers. And again, I'm sitting there with Timmy. We were the only 2 media guys in the auxiliary media. Didn't mind. That just meant we were left alone, and we were just back there on that back row and, you know, covering the games, just having the greatest time of our lives. In the entire history of known man, it was the best time ever. Tim, I don't know. Tim's been out of the media so long. Tim, when he was with the Eagle, him and I, like on the road football, we were hanging out back in the day and, at the media events, we're hanging and just having a great time. And, Aggie Baseball and these regionals and super regionals, that's when they used to be that good. They were hosting all the time. We'd sit. And remember that, the Clemson. And what bothers me is that had to be a super, right? And we were the only 2 on the back. I think they had like 3 rows of aux and not the whole thing. So when we're in the back, so just, cracking wise, man. It was baseball again. That was what I was trying to say earlier, where you grab a friend. Timbo and I are hanging out as friends and sure media, but since we're not in the main press box and we're joking, smoking, having fun and cracking jokes. And it was 2 different homes. I mean, the most unlikely of rallies on Clemson to come back and places going nuts. And like, it's so loud. You can feel the sound bouncing off of you at the top of the deck. And it was greatness. It's why you're a sports fan. You live for that moment. Even being sports media. Oh. I got another text message, by the way, 979-693-1150, Aggie Baseball. Your memory, your why, what it means to you, whatever. It's opening day. This is the time to share. Lou, we share a lot of Aggie experiences, including Byington Day. And I, too, love Aggie Baseball, my favorite sport, period. There's a million moments tied into Aggie Baseball. Like I said, I was willing to, I'm exaggerating, but I said I was willing to fail Chemistry 101 for Aggie Baseball. I also didn't like chemistry. So it wasn't a great sacrifice, but yeah. And he said, happy opening day, brother. Look, Tag and Taylor, happy opening day. Happy opening day, everybody. This is like the one day. There's more than one day. One of the days that if you can't, just for a day, put aside the doubt. Put aside the boss. Put aside the misery. Just happy opening day, everybody. This is the one day you have to let it go. And what was the legendary words? I'll never forget it. It wasn't Yoda who said it, but don't worry, be happy. This is the day. It's opening day. Everybody's undefeated. Hope is eternal. Tomorrow you can wake up and go back to, we're doomed. The sky isn't falling. It already fell. I mean, tomorrow you can go back to the real world. But today, it's opening day. I love baseball. I love Aggie Baseball. 979-693-1150. Text. And don't forget, texting. This is the last day. This is the last chance. You got a shot. Win a pair of tickets to the Troubadour Festival. It's a barbecue and musical experience, and it's March 28th, Midtown Park in Bryan. Rob Meyer, happy opening day. Rob's out there unloading hay. Rob, hardcore listener, on the tractor all the time, working out in the fields. Good to hear you out there, Rob. And hey, happy opening day to you, and I'm not unloading hay. Holy cow. To all the real working people we got out there, happy opening day to you too, brother. Happy opening day to you too. Now back to Dale and Tabor and the question he put out there. It's, I'm in need of help. I'm getting groceries and the store is out of Irish Hello. How is St. Arnold Spring Bach? I got two answers for you on that one, okay? One, oh no. How are they out of Irish Hello? One of the best new beers. Was it 3 years ago? Whenever it came out. And that's a beer you add to your permanent list. Irish Hello. I can drink Irish Hello anytime, any day, any epicness, any awesomeness, period. Irish Hello is just pure deliciousness. That is just one of the great beers of our lifetime. So, thoughts and prayers. I'm doing moment of silences today for no reason, but can we have a moment of silence for the store being out of Irish Hello? Thank you. Oh, what a gorgeous drink. So that makes me sad. B, how is St. Arnold Spring Bach? I believe that St. Arnold's was the greatest brewery ever. Now it's one of. They've changed a bit. They're still one of the greatest, but they used to be the greatest. So if you see a St. Arnold's beer and you go, I wonder, don't. Just try it. St. Arnold's has a quality assurance. If it's St. Arnold's, it will be good to great. The worst case scenario, you go, oh, that was good. You're not going to drink a St. Arnold, spit it out, and then, throw it in the trash can. So if you see a St. Arnold Spring Bach, try it. It's St. Arnold's. The worst case, you'll be like, that's good. They don't make beer that's below the good standard. Okay? So how is it? Try it. Promise you. They don't make beer that's not a minimum of good. Trey and Brian said, Lou, you're not an idiot. Opening day, brother. Trey, thank you for the vote of confidence. Thank you very much. Wanted to share something with you. We got to step aside. I got to take a time out here in a minute because we got to get to the Michael Earley listen in. He speaks for a while. It's awesome. It's going to get you ready for opening night, opening day, opening weekend, Aggie Baseball. Got to share something with you from the Maroon and White Notebook. Aggie softball is at the Clearwater Invitational. And tough tournament, great tournament, almost an honor to be there kind of tournament. They played their first game. It was 8 a.m.? No, 9 a.m. first pitch. And Aggie softball's on Willie 1550 a.m. all weekend long. They took on Aggie softball's 8 in the country, took on number 23, Oklahoma State. It was the craziest game. It was such, and I mean such, an opening of the first month. I call it a first month game where coaches are experimenting and teams are experimenting, and these are not who they're going to be at midseason, especially not in postseason, but it doesn't matter. Oklahoma State 9, A&M 8. Coach threw her closer, Pinnell, as the starter. Pinnell was awful. She walked the first 3 batters. It was 5-0 Cowgirls before the first inning was over. Aggies rallied hard, but they're down 7-1, middle of 3, and they never got all the way back in this one. They fought. I mean, they scored 8 runs, put up 2 in the bottom of the 6th to pull within a run, but could not come all the way back. But she's got 2 starters. We'll throw Friday, Saturday in SEC, and she threw the closer. Against 23 Oklahoma State, and it did not work out. 9-8 Oklahoma State takes it. Aggies lose their first game in the Clearwater Invitational. A timeout, we return. A&M baseball head coach Michael Earley a listening. That's what's next here on the Louie Belina Show, presented by CC Electric.
Start your Sunday mornings with the best week ever from ESPN Radio. Yes! Listen in from 6 to 9 on the Zone 1150 AM and 93.7 FM.
It is the Louie Belina Show. Always say text, because texting is popular and easy and all the kids love it. You can call 979-693-1150, 979-693-1150. You can call and we can hang out, we can talk, we can visit on the D4 Land Services hotline. If you ever need a metal building, a custom metal building, a custom metal building from the ground up, go visit, get more info at d4landservices.com, d4landservices.com. Time now, a listen in. A&M baseball head coach Michael Earley is going to set us up for opening day. Opening weekend.
If you saw opening weekend rotation, we go Sadeo, Moss, Sims. I'm sure that question's coming. It is a good competition. Fresh corners right there as well. I mean, we really felt like there wasn't a bad option. So just that's how the order kind of played out, and we'll see how it works throughout the year. Obviously, the luxury of having all 3 is very unique for an entire season. But if it plays out like that, great. But we will be, week to week competition based on what we see and where we feel like they're progressing and how those roles shake out. But to this point, that's what we think it should be, and that's what it is.
How has Sims progressed as a pitcher to be able to play in that last spot?
I mean, tremendous amount. He is he's a sophomore, but he feels like a junior to me. Just the jump and everything. And to his credit, man, he was really, really steady as a freshman. Was not your typical freshman. Had some good outings, had some bad. It's what I call a typical year as an SEC freshman pitcher, and he's made that jump that you'd want to see people make in your sophomore year up until this point. So we're really excited for him, proud of him, and just an awesome guy, and excited to watch him pitch.
First game back in over a year. Is there anything in particular looking from Sadeo and just in his first outing? Do you have any sort of a pitch count or anything on him?
Yeah, we'll monitor him. He's good to go. I mean, it's been well past the time. Obviously, we don't want to run him up there. I don't foresee him going 9 unless he just really fills it up. But we'll monitor him, make sure he's good. A lot of that's a little bit of feel, how long you sit, how long you go back out. But I trust JK on that stuff. But Shane is, as he would say, 125%. And excited to see him out there too.
I know many hats as a college baseball coach. Weatherman includes one of them. So it's Saturday. What's the latest as far as planning for some wet weather?
It was almost perfect, right? It seems nice, but that rain's creeping in. We are going to, obviously, as you guys lived here, some of you longer than me, and the weather changes like crazy, so we're going to try to wait as long as we can. Obviously, the number one option would be to go same times, see how the weather shifts. Maybe we can go early Saturday. Maybe we can go later. The other scenario would be 2 tomorrow. That's going to be an early decision tomorrow. We do not want to have to do that. Our issue we're into a little bit is we had to move the game up to noon from 1, and I have made it pretty clear to everyone I will never play a baseball game with a clock on it ever again. Obvious reasons. So, I guess really terrible case would be we're getting up really early on Sunday. So we're going to see how it shakes out. I don't care if we start this game at 9:30 p.m. on Saturday. I don't care if we start this game at 9 a.m. on Saturday. I'd like to keep 3 days for opening weekend. But right now we're just going to control what we can control, and the weather in Bryan College Station is one I found out I cannot do. So.
How competitive have the last 2 infielder spots been throughout this preseason?
Really competitive. Really. It's been from the fall until now, and it's been some back and forth. If you remember, I believe Boston Kellner did start at shortstop our first scrimmage, and he was at second a long time ago. And then it's a battle, and you're going to see different guys get in there, right? It'd be really cool if everyone just won their jobs, all 9. It's just not going to happen. So There's performance in practice, which gets you to this point, and then there's performance in the game with a little bit of patience from coaches and seeing what you feel like from guys long term. But in the end, we want to win baseball games. So we are always going to put out what we feel is a team that gives us the best chance to win on that day.
You know, the open scrimmage with Aiden Sims, he had such a quality outing. How much of that was built into the decision process, or did that kind of confirm where you kind of were going with ultimately making him the Sunday game?
Yeah, it helped a ton. It helped a ton, and he's just pitched awesome spring and fall. I think there's one day our hitters got to him a little bit, and it was really favorable conditions. He made pitches, continued to make pitches. But, yeah, I mean, you want to see guys pitch well up until the end, and he's earned everything he's gotten to this point.
You've been able to get together your first three starters for the weekend, but how about piecing together the bullpen? Is that kind of work in progress, or do you have an idea of how you want to do it?
Yeah, we got a pretty good idea. Some guys that we really feel like we can rely on. You know, Fresh Corn being one of those. Whether he started or one of those guys didn't, it was going to be one of those guys. And Ethan Darden he made a push for some start as well. So he's a guy we feel like real comfortable with bringing out of the pen. And Josh Stewart, having him back and healthy and just in great shape is good too. And then you got Juan Vargas. Used to play at Tennessee Tech. He's been good. And then Hunter Vincent, freshman. It's a real arm, right? So we got to put him in the right spots, get him comfortable, because we really think he can help us down the stretch. And a lot of those guys have pitched well, like Grant Cunningham's pitched well. They've all done a really, really good job this fall. So we feel like we have those options. It's just about, can you do it when the lights are on, the people are in the stands, and when it matters.
When you look at, obviously, a day before opening day, is there anybody that kind of stood out to you and see their progression to this point this offseason?
I think a lot of guys. I think, the easy answer is to pick a freshman because there's a lot of those. But Gavin has really, really progressed just with the injury. And it wasn't just like he didn't just come back when he was healthy and he was good to go. Like, when you don't swing a baseball bat for a long time, you really, really got to put in a ton of work. And we pushed it. He pushed it. Like, credit to him. He did everything we asked of him, and he's really progressed. I think we got to about November. I was like, oh, okay, you're about the middle of your sophomore year now. You know what I mean? So he's done an awesome job. And, Chestnut, too, just like getting him back in the program, getting him in the swing of it, being at a different place, being away from here for a year. Had to get him back, on track. And he's worked really, really hard to get to this point. And just guys like that, I'm excited to, when they get out there, whenever it is, if they start or if they come off, I really, really appreciate the work they've put in and to get to this point.
You have Gavin starting at first base, is that?
Yeah, Gavin will start at first tomorrow.
What's that transition been like for him?
It seems to be seamless. I think the number one thing is his attitude about it. I think in any position switch, like, your attitude and how you attack it is everything. And Gavin has always, prided himself since high school on being a utility player. Like, Gavin, he played shortstop in high school. When I saw him play at Arizona State when he was in high school travel ball, he played right field and catcher. So third base was new, first was new. He just really prides himself on being a versatile player, and I would be, I think it's crazy to think he'll play first every game. I think you'll definitely see him at third some, and he's been working out at both. So he's gotten really comfortable over there, and he was naturally comfortable from the beginning, which really helped, and then he was able to get better, mix that in with a great attitude about being over there, and he's been good.
Was that a matter of just the pieces that you have, the best lineup you can put out there? Or was it something about moving him over there for his future health or whatever?
No, not necessarily the health factor. I just think we just thought he could be really good over there. We want to be. First base, you handle the ball a lot. We want to be really, really good over there, and it wasn't anything more than that. And yeah, we think, to this point, it makes our lineup better and allows us, Nico Partita to be at third base. So,
how was the start of this season? Day before opening day. How does this feel, or does it feel different than a year ago, your first opening day?
Yeah, it definitely feels different. Anything you do for a year, a couple years, or a year that kind of felt like 5 at times, you're going to feel different. I just really feel good about our preparation and where we're at. You spend these last couple days, which are just miserable days for a coach, and you're like, all right, did we do this? Did we do that? Do we need to cram this? And I just, you found some things you want to just go back over that you visited on. There's really small parts of baseball that you can't spend a ton of time on that we touched on just a little bit, right? And again, back to doing the common things uncommonly well. Like we literally did the other day a drill that was all encompassing. So there's a hitter at the plate, a guy on deck, a guy on third, and a guy on second. Guy bunted a safety. The guy practiced his read on the safety. The guy who bunted the ball was purposely ran outside the runner's lane, so he was forced to get back in the runner's lane. The guy from second scored from home. He acted like it was a double. The guy on deck coached home plate. The guy who scored made sure his head was down, and he touched home plate. So, we've just touched on those things all year. We haven't felt like we've had to, get them in. And that gives you comfort, right? And then the guys can just go out and play baseball.
Just wins aside, what are maybe some of the biggest things you're looking to see from your guys this weekend as lights come on and seats are filled?
I think compete. I'm not looking to see it. It's just a standard. So, but I always like to see it, right? And I always feel like we have that. Our thing we have to do is play good fundamental baseball. We got to throw strikes when it's hit to us. We got to catch it or throw it to first. Make plays when you need to make plays. Do your job at the plate. Get on base. Don't try to do too much. Control here. The factor of controlling your heart rate in front of an awesome crowd is a huge factor. So all those things, right? And we want to continue to grow throughout the season. We are going to continue to practice. It's not just going to be maintenance, right? You got to be smart with guys, but we feel like we've gotten better through the fall and the spring, and we want to grow throughout the season. So when you see us middle of the year, oh wow, they're better. Oh wow, they're better. And keep growing, keep guys healthy. And these guys have done everything we've asked of them. And I really paid attention to the fact when we had good practices, how do we respond? We had some just terrible practices, but we always responded, right? And I think that's due to the leadership of the older guys on our team and guys that have been here and done it before.
Aside from McCoy being out for the year, how's the overall health of the club entering opening day?
Besides your blisters, your tweaks, whatever. We're healthy. Healthy is just what? Healthy as you can be, right? And you only feel good really in baseball that first practice coming back, and then you just got to get used to it. It is what it is. There's no excuse, man. No excuse from me, from them. You can do two things in a baseball game: you win or you lose. So it's as long as you're out there, you're healthy.
Yeah, Gavin was at the top of the order a couple of years ago. Are you thinking about keeping him there or maybe moving him down a little bit?
I like him there right now. I like him there. He's got a comfort level there. I like how it allows the order to shake out. I like that presence in the box to start off a game. If you're a pitcher and it's like, oh man, there's a big dude in the box, right? That's a pretty good player. So I like that part of it. So he'll lead off tomorrow. I'm not married to it though. We're going to make sure we get the best lineup out there, but that's what it looks like right now.
How much of a luxury is it to have him, Sorrell, and Hakopian to top the lineup, three proven guys, and how have you kind of seen them all collectively?
I hope they make a good coach out of me. I tell you that. It's nice to have them. It is. They're good players. They obviously are just super talented, and any team that gets to start off with what will be those three guys in a row, and a guy like Wesley Jordan should be in the mix there. It's good, right? And you want them to always want to get the game started off well. You know what I mean? That's always, you hope you get an advantage in that aspect, but it's going to be about them. It's going to be about the middle and the bottom. That bottom of the order can be good with those guys coming up. That's when I really think they can make an impact, right? That 6, 7, 8, 9. How do those guys get on base? How do they perform? So then, Gavin only leads off one time, right? Maybe he's hitting third in the third, and then you got, Sorrell or Hakopian coming up behind him. That's where they can really make their impact. So that's why baseball and hitting is such a hitting is kind of individual based a little bit because it's one-on-one. But if you can keep the team aspect and play as a team hitting, everyone gets fed, man. So it's a really cool thing, and yeah, I'm glad they're on my team.
Speaking of Sorrell, are you guys settled on where him and TK will land in the outfield?
Yeah, right now Sorrell will play center. TK will either be in right or left, and that's how it'll be for now. And then we'll continue to evaluate performance and health. And I think there'd be situations where if we brought Chestnut into the game, Sorrell would go to right because Nutt's just more comfortable in center, similar to how with LaViolette. And TK and Sorrell they're good at all three spots. They're really good outfielders. So I have no problem moving them in game. If we need Chestnut to be in center, we'll move him to center.
Is there still a audition process for that third one, or do y'all have a pretty good idea?
Always an audition. Yeah, that one's it's been tough. It's been tough. I feel like we can't go wrong either way, but, I'm just going to see how today goes. And I got a comfort level in 2 different spots with 2 different people, and, their spot kind of affects another spot. And, so it's going to be a battle all year, and guys are going to be in and out, and we feel like we can match up and do some things in situations.
I don't know if we've asked you, but Marco Jones, what kind of went into his decision to kind of step away, and what were those discussions like?
From what I know, by all accounts, Marco Jones has not only a huge future here, but a huge one in the NFL. And I think for him, the discussions were great. I talked to Marco. I talked to Coach Elko. I mean, during the portal, that guy's so busy, and he took the time to call me, which he didn't need to do. I kind of had an idea when I saw my man starting off on kickoff, and then I'm like, when he got in, I'm like, Marshall, look, there he is. And then it turned into like he's just in the game. I kind of felt like it was heading in that direction. Marco's awesome, great, love his parents. I wish him, nothing but the best. And he was a really good baseball player, maybe a Major League Baseball player, but I know he's way closer to the NFL right now than, he is to the MLB. And I'm excited. He's in Maroon. He's going to be knocking some dudes' heads off in the future.
Given the number of battles that we've talked about just with you right now, do you like the depth that you have at different places going into this season?
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things we wanted to make sure we had this year. We felt like our ceiling was good, right? You name 3 guys that are really good. I feel like some really good on the mound. And it's like, how do we raise our floor, right? How do you raise your floor and prepare those guys to be ready to play? Now, some of them are young, but they're prospects. Like they're players that may not be consistent, but on any given day can really impact the game. And I like it. I like it a lot. And we just want to keep that depth, right? Because you have depth until you don't. And right now we have it, and I just feel like they're prepared to, a lot of guys who play different positions, quality at bats, all those things. Our freshman class, which a lot of people have talked about, is really good, and they're right. Like they are good. They are good, and you're going to see some of them out there tomorrow and throughout the course of the season.
That wraps up our listen in. Michael Earley, A&M Baseball head coach. I told you, he had a lot to say. You're ready now, opening day, opening weekend. But something I need to say, something I need to share with you, this just in. Tomorrow, Saturday, Aggie Baseball, they have moved the game time. There's weather in the area, and the weather goes through tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. So kind of a preemptive strike. Tomorrow, Game 2, the Saturday Aggie Baseball game is now 11 a.m. first pitch. Tomorrow, the Saturday A&M Baseball game, Game 2 of the series with Tennessee Tech, is now 11 a.m. first pitch. And you can hear that game, 10:45 pregame, right here on the Zone, 11:50 a.m. and 93.7 FM. You can listen on the Zone app. You can listen at radioagaland.com, and you can tell Alexa, play Zone 1150. When we return, high school sports update, thanks to Kelly Bertozer. We wrap up our first hour together here Friday on the Zone.
Your home for Aggie Baseball is the Zone 1150 AM and 93.7 FM.
The Louie Belina Show from inside the Charles Schwab Studio, Friday edition. The Louie Belina Show presented by CC Electric. If you would like to win $5,000, if you'd like a chance to win $5,000, you can go now to zone1150.com. It's our website, and you're going to see Money Machine. It is open till February 24th. The Money Machine. You can enter once a week and have more chances to win $5,000. It's simple. There's no traps. There's no tricks. You just go to zone1150.com and you fill out. I think there's 3 things for, like, your name, your email address. That's about it. And you're done. So if you'd like a chance to win $5,000, go to zone1150.com and you can enter once per week. We also are giving away Fantastico weekly prizes. I just kind of draw. Last week it was 2 people. I think I'm drawing 3 this week. Go to zone1150.com. I think it'll take you 30 seconds total for a chance to win $5,000. And you can do it once per week, More chances till February 24th. It's the Money Machine. Second chance jackpot. And by the way, the Money Machine will open 4 times in the year 2026. Kind of give you a sneak peek. Look inside there. In our second hour, kind of want to do the college football notebook. There's some things that have caught my attention this week I want to talk about. I know at 12:35 I got to listen in. The title contender series, Greg McElroy, Miami. More of your text message for sure. We're doing a lot of reminiscing about our favorite, I don't know, just Aggie Baseball, why you love it. Aggie Baseball, we're just celebrating. Really, that's the bottom line truth of it. And you got one more hour, and this is it, the final hour, final chance. This is it to win a pair of tickets to the Troubadour Festival. It's March 28th, Midtown Park in Bryan. I got a pair to give away. And these tickets are good for both barbecue and music. It's all day, all night long. And if you ever need more information, you want to buy tickets, check out the barbecue listing, who all is going to be here. Check out the musical lineup. Go to troubadourfestival.com. I'll be right back. It is the Louie Belina Show presented by CC Electric on a Friday. Residential, commercial, industrial services. They do free estimates. They have military and veteran discounts. They are CC Electric.